So let's get the golf shoes on and get on the fairways, because this one is not so much about data, it's about a kind of very much a personal thing. And these are without doubt a personal choice, a personal favourite, and I'm not so sure why they don't seem to get, in my opinion, the love and affection that they quite used to. Right, we're almost there. Let's get on that tee. Let's start this video off with your input. I want you to list down below if you consider the best 3 iron manufacturers in the world of golf. Who would they be? List them in order in the comment section below before we go any further. And if you don't have Mizuno on that top 3, then there's seriously something the matter, and quite possibly you've never tried their irons. But I do have a genuine issue. This isn't hype, this isn't anything to do with clickbait, this is my honest opinion on why I think Mizuno are perhaps falling off many people's radar when they consider buying new golf clubs. Now, I've just been sent by Mizuno 4 irons from the JPX 925 forged lineup in this black finish. And I don't really need to even hit this golf ball to tell you I'm going to love these irons. The performance will be superb. They'll feel incredible. And oh my God, just how good do they look? And how good was that shot? Oh, what a lovely start to the morning, and what a lovely first strike with a 7 iron. A 7 iron that is slightly different than those of the shorter end of the bag, because the way the JPX 925 forged lineup is put together, there is a split between the 7 and the 4 iron and what's made up from the 8 and the wedges. I'll explain to that as we go along, and I'll also explain why I think there is such an issue with Mizuno golf products right now. Before we do that, I just want to tell you how impressed that is, because that strike was out the bottom grooves. It felt superb, oddly enough, and well, you've seen the launch and you've seen the performance. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what forgiveness truly looks like. That's a better strike and a far different ball flight. Oh, that has come down and literally stopped on a sixpence. It was so nice I decided to give it a go, and the ball flight was slightly different, as you could see, from what was a good strike compared to that poor one. Towering ball flight. This is a 7 iron, it's 34 degrees. This is the traditional lineup in terms of lofts, and certainly the iron within this range that is aimed at, let's say, the better player, but certainly one that wants a smaller profile overall. Now, as ever, a brief interruption with an appeal for your support, in some ways at least. YouTubers always ask for something. The obvious subscribe and like and comment and all that business. But I'd also like you to hop on over to Instagram if you're on that platform and follow me, Average Golfer 99. But also, I'm trying to help Holywell Golf Club raise their profile. So go and check out Holywell Golf Club as well and give them a follow on their Instagram channel. Right, back to the action. That's an exaggeration. It's not exactly action, is it? It's been a very deceptive week in the UK. Don't be fooled by the sunshine. It's still plenty cold enough early in the mornings. Right, let's have a bit of a bash with a longer iron that presents more loft than you would normally see, because everything seems to be stronger lofted nowadays. I mean, come on, put them in the bag. It's just beautiful. Feels incredible. Launch is different, and the launch being, because that's a 5 iron, don't know the loft, but it'll be weak and it'll be traditional, and not the kind of ball flight that we used to see when we pick up a 5 iron in our hands with most sets of clubs nowadays. And as I said, felt really good, even though there is a mix in this setup of chromalloy, never quite sure how you quite say that, but that mix of the two, it's almost like when you see tungsten added to a lot of irons in the sort of in this end, assists with a number of things, mainly CG, and just helps with that lower end of the bag. And certainly that ball flight, superb. The difference in the short end, which is where we'll go to now, is you get that 1025 typical grain flow forged that we love from Mizuno. So let's see if we can stick a wedge on the green and get an idea how they differ in terms of feel, and is that necessarily noticeable. Now, one of the potential issues, and not mine personally, that I'm going to recognise very shortly, is the price of Mizuno irons tends to be at the top end. Does that put people off? I'd like to know your opinion on that. Or in general, there's certainly a pinch on everybody's disposable income right now, and what is happening this season? Are you in the market for new clubs in any way, or are these kind of considered luxury items, golf clubs in general that is, and are they put on the back burner for the time being? I always love to know, your thoughts and feedback, because I can have an idea and a perception, but I'd rather hear it from you. Right, between yardages, I've got a 9 or a gap wedge to choose from. I'm going to go 9. I think that more traditional loft is likely to be, it's a 130 club, we're hoping. That's right on the flag, if the club is right. Oh, sit. I hope you can pick that up on camera, because that's pretty damn good. And what I will say is, and that's just one club hit with the pure forged iron, and there is without doubt for me the difference in the feel. This is the pure Mizuno experience. So my issue is, I've only hit, whatever it is, 3 or 4 shots. As I said before I even hit one, I know I'm going to love these irons, but to me, Mizuno have a bit of a problem in the wider scheme of things. And this is my thoughts, at least. Just drifting a bit, that one. Is it pin eye? I'm still travelling. Oh, it's long. Well, not sure what happened there. That was a 9 iron, similar sort of yardage to what we just hit, slightly flatter ball flight. But the issue is this, as the way I see it, at least anyway. Mizuno right now have got 8 different iron models to choose from. I think that's right anyway. So you've got the 925 lineup, you've got a HL, you've got a forged, you've got a pro. Can't even remember the name of the next one. You then go into the 240 lineups. You've got 241, 243, 245, and they've also just brought out a Mizuno Pro S3. I think that's correct. Now, if I'm honest with you, I can't really tell a lot of the differences between each of the models in terms of how they separate one from the other. Yeah, I can read out a little bit of information for you and tell you the technical spec and how they're supposed to differ, but there's very much a crossover to me in very much all the iron sets that they do. And I don't know whether they've got a clearly defined iron set for each category of golfer, if you like. So with a lot of brands, you see the sort of the super game improvement iron. I'm not even sure there is one in the Mizuno lineup. It's very visible. It's big, it's bulky, it's strong lofted. It's trying to do things that, well, what you're looking for from a super game improvement iron. They then go right the way down to the blade, which would be the 241. But then there's something sort of a sliding scale in between all of those, and they're clearly, like I said, identifiable. I'm not quite sure Mizuno are doing that right now. And for me, I'm more confused than anything else. When I'm looking to choose, I don't know whether that's a positive in having such a good selection, and each one of those irons is fantastic, by the way. This is not a criticism of their performance, but are they just doing a little bit too much and not clearly defining what iron is for what type of player? That's my thoughts, but as I said in this video earlier on, what are yours? I know lots of you have Mizuno irons in the bag, and like I said, their performance is unreal, but are they confusing you a little bit with just what's going on right now? So that's me done. Mizuno 925 forged. My opinion of them, superb. Very much a traditional set of irons in terms of the lofts. Feel excellent. Go and buy them. 100% recommend them if that's what you're looking for. Bigger picture, I've already explained with Mizuno irons. I'm not sure if, yeah, just a little bit too much choice out there and not a more defined strategy as to who they're aimed at. I don't think I've really gone on enough about just how good this black set look either. Oh my word. You wouldn't mind them in the bag, would you? Right, thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon.